going on, everybody? Welcome back. And today I wanted to talk to you about how the world is confusing you. The world is confusing you because the world is forcing everyone to be on the same accord. Now, here's where the issue comes in. When everybody's in the same accord, everybody's moving what you would think all together in sync. But that's not it. You were made to be unique. Unique meaning it's only one you. It's about almost 8 billion people on this planet. But out of almost 8 billion, it's only one you. You see, everybody has something to offer. And for the world to force me to move the same way as everybody else, what that means is making it easier for the world. For whatever accord that could be, I'm not really sure what that is. I'm not going to get into it too much. But I know for a fact there's times where I went places and people will look at me like, well, he's weird, or like, why does he do that for? And, as I got older, I started meeting people who would say to me like, you know what I like about you? You're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to like the things that you like. So I'm telling you today, be yourself. Like the things that you like. You will be amazed that there's people out there that like those same things that you like. Like I said, being unique just means it's only one you. But you can have certain similarities with another person. You may like those romantic comedy movies. Guess what? There's somebody out there that likes that too. It doesn't mean that they're exactly like you. It just means they happen to like that. When we're born with a purpose. God has given us He gave us a purpose. He gave us a purpose, and that purpose came with a job description, or job responsibilities. Let's say that. So you have multiple jobs. Multiple duties when you get here. And how you fulfill them is really based on you and your relationship with God. But He gave you the tools necessary, the unique tools necessary for you to complete these job descriptions and positions, so you can fulfill them with purpose. And I would say not make the world a better place, but make us better people. And I think sometimes we focus on that too. We focus on, how can I make the world a better place? Well, how can we start to make people love one another? I mean, before I'm going to worry about something as big as the world, how can I just do my part in making us love one another? How can I do my part in making us, find common ground? And seeing eye to eye, like I said, doesn't mean you're exactly the same. I don't want to be exactly the same as anyone on this planet. I want to be me, unique. But when I say I'm being me, well, if you hear a person say, well, I'm going to be me, and, I'm just so different from everybody else, people tend to put that person to the left. They put that person in isolation because they feel like, well, he or she is not going according to what we have going on here. Just because they have something different to offer doesn't mean they don't go according with the whole plan. Unless your whole plan was to make everybody the same, then obviously they don't go according to what you had going on. But we as people, as individuals, as almost 8 billion individuals on this planet, we all have something different to offer. Now, what if I told you that one thing that you had to offer was the key to making life better, not just for you, but for everybody? And if everybody offered that thing that's inside of them, their life would be better. Yeah. So, and you don't have to like rack your brain too much, about like, well, what is that one thing I have to offer? I think sometimes we overcomplicate it because we say to ourselves, well, it has to be something that's very detailed, and no, it's something simple. It's something that comes natural to you. That's all. It comes naturally to you. If you, like I said, you can be a great writer, and the things that you write about is what gets people to tune into the frequency of their greatness, because of they're reading the pictures that you're painting, and that activates something in their system. So if we give our greatness every day, not just in what we do, but also giving our greatness and giving our purpose on a daily basis, this activates other individuals around us. This is going to tell people like, you should be yourself. Imagine if we lived in a world where everybody next to you, every single day of your life, to you, like, hey, are you making sure you're being yourself today, though, right? Like, don't be like they want you to be. Make sure you're being like yourself, because we only got one. There's only one of you. They get rid of you, then how else are we gonna replace that? We can't. You can't replace that because it was only one you. So, don't. My opinion is, don't Why would you want to be in accordance with everything else, the way that everything else is moving? That means it would be no way for me to separate you. And we could talk about the 5% or the 2% or the 1%, and I think everybody does fall in some type of categories, not to contradict myself. But at the end of the day, those are just like the similarities that they have within themselves. Like, I think, there's a lot of people who like action movies, but it doesn't mean that we're, it's including me, but it doesn't mean that we're all the same. It just means that I happen to like action movies, just like that other person like action movies. So, like I said, whenever you're in a situation or an environment that is forcing you to be all in one accord, you have to question that, because everybody brings that certain uniqueness to the job, to the relationship, to the environment. Everybody brings that. That's just what you're equipped with. When you woke up this morning, that's what you had. When you go to bed at night, that's what you have. When you're eating lunch, it's still in you. It just resides in you, and it's waiting for you to turn it on. And it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't run out of battery life. Like, there's times where you can be doing something that you're driven to do and passionate about. You don't because passion can run out, but you have to, if you're driven to do something, it just means that, hey, look, I stepped back for a second because I got a little tired, but that motor inside me is still running. Maybe I went back from fourth gear to third gear, from third gear to first gear, or I put it in neutral, but at the end of the day, the motor is still running. The car is not off, the drive is not off. So today, find that one thing that you have to add to this, to not to this planet, but to life. What do you have to add to life? And when you find out that ingredient, put it in the pot. Put it in the pot, because look at it from the point of view that God is up there stirring that pot. And if you forget to add your ingredient, then the meal is not going to taste right. The meal is going to be missing something. You're going to be tasting, it's like, man, it's missing that pop. And, and we've all had that meal where it's like, yeah, it's good, but it was just missing something. I don't know what it was. It's missing something. You know what it was missing? It's missing you. Add your flavor to it. Add your twist to it. Add you to people. Add you to life. Because without you, where would life be? And don't look at it from a grand scale like, well, I don't matter. Nah, everyone matters. Every single person matters. I don't care what they're telling you or who is telling you that. Every person matters, but keep adding your twists. Don't let that person dictate how you should feel about yourself. Get up every morning feeling great. Get up every morning feeling great. Because if you got up this morning, and like other mornings, you got a chance to still add your flavor to the pot. And sometimes you got to add a tablespoon of yourself, and sometimes you got to add, a cup. So, I just want to encourage you guys to be blessed out there and keep, stay in faith and keep adding you to life. Don't never take it out, because we should not all be moving on one accord. We should be adding our own uniqueness to this pot, to this dish that God is stirring up. And when we do that, we'll find that the dish is going to taste so perfect. So thank you guys for listening. Have a good day.